At MathFactLab, we feel that teachers and parents should be in the driver's seat, not algorithms. And with that in mind, we offer many ways that you can adjust settings to best meet the needs of your students. In this video, we'll go over the tools and features that we offer to help you differentiate to meet individual student needs. These include adjusting the required fluency rate, changing the number of whoopsies, which are the allowed errors on our level lifter assessments, giving level lifter interviews, which is a means of alternative assessment, unlocking level lifters, advancing students manually, and displaying the fingers trick strategy for 9x9 multiplication facts. Note, you can jump to descriptions of any of these features by using the chapters tool on the Vimeo player below. A student's required fluency rate is the number of seconds a student is allowed per response to be considered fluent. Fluency rates can be set from 2 to 120 seconds per problem. When you do so, it's worth keeping in mind the following. The default fluency rate in MathFactLab is 4 seconds. While the literature generally recommends 3 seconds, there's a great variation among students. What works for many definitely does not work for all. We give an additional second to account for typing time. Next, math ability and speed are two separate things. You may occasionally have strong math students who need additional time. For students working on addition and subtraction, in order to break the habit of counting on or counting fingers, it's important that their required response time be no longer than necessary. And lastly, to keep MathFactLab a positive experience, students need to make progress. We recommend adjusting the required fluency rate for students who need it to one that is appropriately challenging while also achievable. You can edit student fluency rates individually or as a group. To edit an individual's fluency rate, go to the Students tab and select the edit icon on the line of the student whose fluency rate you wish to edit. You will be brought to the Edit Student screen. Towards the bottom, you'll see the required fluency rate drop-down. Click this and select the number of seconds that will be the student's new fluency rate. To change the fluency rate for a group of students, go to the Students tab and click the checkbox of the students whose fluency rates you would like to change. Click the top checkbox if you wish to change it for all students. Then click Group Edit in the top right. The Edit Student pop-up will appear. The second option down is the required fluency rate drop-down. Click this and select the number of seconds that will be the new fluency rate for the selected students. To provide flexibility with passing requirements on our level lifters, you can adjust the number of whoopsies, or permitted errors, on these assessments. By default, a student is allowed up to 2 whoopsies per level lifter. A late but accurate response counts as 1 whoopsie, while an incorrect response counts as 2. By clicking on the Edit Student icon or using the Group Edit tool, you can adjust the number of allowed whoopsies from 0 to 8. You can also choose the Staggered option. This increases the number of allowed whoopsies by 2 with each level lifter attempt, up to a total of 8 on the 4th or more level lifter attempt. Some students, for a variety of reasons, do not perform to their full potential on standard level lifters, and for them we have built level lifter interviews. Level lifter interviews ask the same questions as a typical level lifter, but they are implemented by the teacher on a teacher's device, and the student responds orally. You can give a student a level lifter at any time. The student does not need to unlock the level lifter first. Of course, we would recommend that the student completes the practice activities first in order to better prepare themselves. To give a student a level lifter interview, just do the following. Go to the Students tab on the teacher dashboard. Click the 3-dot button for the student who you wish to interview and select Level Lifter Interview. To mark a student response as correct, you'll need to either hit the spacebar or the Enter key. Hit any letter key for response that is either inaccurate or not fluent. If you need a reminder for how to conduct the interview, just hover over the Help icon. Hit Begin when you're ready. You can have your student answer all the prompts, or you can move on to the second operations prompts whenever you deem it appropriate. You can also end the interview whenever you feel ready. After both parts of the interview are completed, the student's level lifter report is displayed. The teacher then determines if the student has passed by hitting one of 2 buttons, Level Up or Not Yet. You may feel a student has had sufficient practice at a particular level and is ready for the level lifter. Rather than having the student complete all the required tasks, you can just unlock the level lifter for them. Note that this is a one-time action. In other words, after the student has taken the level lifter, it will be locked again, and the student will need to meet the typical requirements to unlock it the next time. There is no limit to how often you can unlock a student's level lifter. To unlock a student's level lifter, go to the Students tab, click the three-dot button on the student's line, and select Unlock Level Lifter. Once the student hits refresh, they should see that the level lifter button lights up. If you feel a student is ready to progress to the next level, or even skip a few levels, you can advance them manually. To manually change a student's level, first click the edit icon on the student's line. Then go to the level drop-down for their current learning mode, whether it's addition and subtraction or multiplication and division. Select the student's new level from the drop-down and hit save. If the student is currently logged in, have them hit the refresh button to update the changes. For most students, pattern recognition and/or multiplying by 10 and then subtracting one group makes the times 9 facts achievable. For some students, however, these strategies may still not be sufficient. And for these students, we offer the times 9 finger tricks. While effective, we don't offer this strategy to MathFactLab students by default because it does not rely on reasoning. But we feel that using the times 9 fingers trick is better than not being able to solve times 9 facts. To activate the times 9 fingers trick for an individual student, just do the following. Go to the Students tab and click the three-dot button on the student's line, and then click the 9 equals 10 minus 1 / fingers switch. When the fingers trick is on, the word fingers will be highlighted. Note that on the student dashboard, the fingers trick option replaces the 9 equals 10 minus 1 strategy. Thank you for watching, and we hope these tools allow you to better meet the needs of all your students, allowing them greater opportunities for success.